Welcome to the Greyhaven's Hour, where we explore the soul of Tolkien's stories. When we think of Middle-earth, we probably think of epic battles, deep lore and ancient grief, but there's something else quietly shining beneath it all: laughter. Because Tolkien wasn't just a master of myth, he was quietly, sometimes mischievously funny. In this journey, we'll explore the wit behind Hobbit dialogue, Gandalf's sharp tongue and dry humour, the comic rhythm of Merry and Pippin, Saruman's accidental satire, and why laughter, for Tolkien, wasn't a break from the story, but part of its heart. Tolkien's humour isn't slapstick, it's not parody, it's a carefully woven thread, one that reveals character, softens sorrow, and reminds us that even in the shadow of Mount Doom, we can still laugh over potatoes. This is the hidden humour of Tolkien's Middle-earth. Let's begin with the obvious: Hobbits. Tolkien once said that he was in love with the Shire, as with a mistress, and it shows. Hobbits are the most relatable and consistently funny voices in the story. Think of Sam's sarcasm when he's overwhelmed. "What's taters, precious? Potatoes, boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew." Or Pippin, nervously fumbling through Gondor. "What about second breakfast?" These aren't throwaway lines, they're reminders of levity. In a world full of doom and destiny, Hobbits bring us down to earth. They make the story breathable. They aren't just comic relief, their humour is resistance, against fear, against despair, against the temptation to take everything too seriously. Gandalf may be the most unexpected source of humour in Middle-earth. Yes, he's ancient, wise, a servant of the secret fire, but he's also got sass. "Fool of a took, throw yourself in next time and rid us of your stupidity." There's exasperation, yes, but underneath is affection. Gandalf's sarcasm is the humour of someone who's seen too much and knows how to keep people sharp without cruelty. When Frodo offers him the ring, Gandalf's reaction is both terrified and hilarious. "With that power, I should have power too great and terrible, and over me the ring would gain a power still greater and more deadly. Do not tempt me." He snaps, but then softens. He knows Frodo's afraid, and so he doesn't mock him. He lets the moment land. This balance is a storytelling mastery. Merry and Pippin are the kings of chaotic Hobbit humour. Their timing, their one-liners, their bickering. Tolkien writes them like seasoned double-act comedians, and yet they grow. Then later, he jokes about fireworks and Hobbit habits. Their humour matures alongside them, from stealing vegetables to singing drinking songs, to standing with Rohan and facing death. But even in the darkest moments, they hold on to laughter. "I didn't think it would end this way," says Pippin at the Black Gate. "End? No, the journey doesn't end here." Laughter isn't distraction, it's defiance. Elves don't crack jokes, but they do drop elegant shade. Legolas, for example, subtly ribs Gimli constantly. A box without hinges, key or lid? Even Galadriel, queen of ethereal mystique, has a moment of levity when she jokingly imagines giving in to the ring. "All shall love me in despair." It's theatrical, but also self-aware. And the Dwarves? Gimli's entire rivalry with Legolas is built on the tension of humour, competitiveness masking deep affection. Humour, again, becomes a bridge. Now for something darker. Saruman isn't funny because his speeches, full of grand language and manipulative rhetoric, often verge on the absurd. A new power is rising. Against it, all allies and policies will not avail us at all. Sounds impressive, but Gandalf sees through it, and so do we. Tolkien quietly satirises power-hungry speeches here. It's the humour of exposure, the kind that shows how villains often take themselves too seriously and how laughter can unmask them. Why does any of this matter? Because Tolkien knew that humour is deeply human. Even in the Silmarillion, amidst the solemn grandeur, there are glimmers of wit, especially with characters like Beren and even Luthien teasing Melkor. Tolkien uses humour not as decoration but as soul. It reveals love, it cushions pain, and it reminds us that Middle-earth, for all its sorrow, is worth saving because it makes room for joy, even if that joy is as simple as mushrooms. When Sam sees the star in Mordor's sky, he doesn't laugh, but he could have, because it's the same moment, the realization that the shadow cannot touch everything, that even in horror, there's something silly, or sweet, or safe. Humour is a kind of hope, and Tolkien gives it to us, quietly, gently, always. Thank you for joining the Greyhaven's Hour. If you've ever chuckled at Sam, winced at Gandalf's sarcasm, or felt the warmth of laughter in a cold story, Tolkien meant for that. Because the world is dark enough without forgetting how to laugh. Subscribe, share, and leave a comment with your favourite Middle-earth moment that made you smile. And remember, even the smallest jokes can change the course of the future.